Hello, welcome to this playthrough of Innsmouth Mystery. I'll take you through the rules and play the game through so you can see how it works. So I've set it all up. So we have the location cards, all illustration side up in like a 3x3 grid randomly dealt out. You start at the bus stop and the townsfolk start at the Masonic Hall. We've got danger level of 1, which is peaceful, no clues, and 6 sanity, got a full sanity. And you start off with these two items, the bus ticket and $10. $10 allows you to enter to the grocery store, and the bus ticket lets you get a clue at the bus stop. You can always go to the bus stop. So we're going to move through our turn sequence now, which is basically move, encounter, and then the townsfolk move. And there's a little reminder on the reference card here. So we're going to move, and so we can move to the grocery store. It says it requires $10 to enter, and we have our $10. And so once you're there, we make an encounter roll, which is 2 dice, and then you apply any modifiers. So there's a modifier for the location, your sanity once it gets low, the danger level once that gets up, and you might have some modifiers from items. So right now we've got all 0, so we're just rolling the dice to see what happens. And we've got a 5, which is a horror. So that's not good. So some of the products for sale are very strange. Lose 1 sanity. We match the tentacle here to the tentacle here at the location. Lose a sanity. There you go. So that's a good start. So that's the end of that. So now the townsfolk moves. That's 1 dice, and we refer to the townsfolk card. See where they go. A 4 means they move to the left. So they're here at the grocery store. So they stop us getting a clue here, which is rather annoying. Right, so now it's back to our turn again. So we move again. So we can't move anywhere else because we haven't got any items that allows anywhere else. So we can move back to the bus stop, which is always free entry. And then we have our encounter here. So now we're 0 and no other modifiers. So we're just rolling the dice. And we've got a 5, which is another horror. Oh dear, we lose another sanity. Not looking good. And we'll see if the townsfolk move. A 2. So that is 2. So they can move back to the Masonic Hall. There you go. Okay, so now it's us again. So now they've moved away. We can go back here and try and get that clue. So we need to roll sort of numbers in the middle. 6, I think that's a good one. So 6 is question mark clue. So we look here, see what the clue says. And it says you gain a clue and flip the card. So we get a clue. We're up to 1 clue, which is getting there. And you flip the card, and there's a bit of a story here, which I won't read out. And we've got the clue from that location. If you come back here again and roll the clue result, you get to draw an item. So it's sometimes worth going back to locations even if you have picked up the clue. So that was better. And now we'll see what happens with the townsfolk, see if they move somewhere annoying. So a 6 is no move for the townsfolk. So now we get to move again. So right now we just need to move back to the bus stop, and we'll roll the dice. And we've got another 5. That's another horror, isn't it? Yep. Right. Okay. So we're really not keeping our sanity together very well. So now we have a little -1 on the sanity card here because we've dropped to low sanity. So that's pretty poor. And we'll see if the townsfolk move. They move up. So they move to the library. They just roam around, just being mildly annoying. Now we can move. So now we're here at the bus stop. We would like to go somewhere else to find a clue, but we still haven't picked up any items. So we're going to move back to the grocery store and roll again. And if we get a clue result, we get an item. So we got a 12, and we're -1 because we're not keeping our head together. So that's an 11. And 11 on the encounters is draw an item. So we get to draw an item, and we have a crowbar. So the crowbar allows entry to the refinery. Brilliant, so we can go there next turn. Fabulous. So let's see if the townsfolk move, and hope they don't move to the refinery. No, so they move off the top, which means they reappear back here at the harbour. They move off the top, reappear off the bottom. Right, so it's back to us, and so yes, we shall move to the refinery. And let's see what we can get there. So now the refinery has a -1 on it because it's a little bit more difficult place to explore. So we've got that's -2 total. So the one thing you have is a note here at the top of the encounters chart, which is that the total modifier cannot be worse than -4. because sometimes when all these add up, it goes over, but basically -4 is as bad as it can ever get. So we are doing -2, 2 dice, and so we rolled a 3, which is -2, which is a 1, which is narrow escape. If we'd been 1 lower, we would have been captured. Game over. So exclamation mark, narrow escape. So let's have a look. Flapping footsteps echo in the deserted building and you hurriedly leave, but lose an item climbing out of a window. Right, so what can I afford to lose? So I think I can probably afford to lose the $10 because I've already picked up the clue at the grocery store, so I shall discard that. Right, okay, cool. So let's see what happens to the townsfolk. They roll a 2, which means they move off to the right, which means they reappear at the railway tracks. The railway tracks is where we're trying to get to. So when we get our 5 clues, we can enter the railway tracks, and that's how we escape from the town. Run back to Arkham. So, right, it's us again. So we're at the refinery, so I think we need to move back to the bus stop. Let's see if we can get a clue there. We're still got -1 for our sanity, but 0 here, so it's only -1. So it's not looking too terrible. So we've rolled an 8, so that's a 7, which is a clue. Doesn't get any better than that. So if you have a bus ticket, we do, game and clue and flip this card, otherwise draw an item. So we flip the card, and there's a little bit of a story which you can read. I won't do it during the video. And we get a clue. So we're on 2 clues now, 2 clues but low sanity. Yeah, we're getting there. Yeah, okay, cool. So now let's see where the townsfolk end up. 2 is moves to the right. Oh, they're here, but that's okay. We've already got the clue here. So that's good. So now, where do we go? Back to the refinery, I think. That's the way we go, because we've lost our $10. We can't get back into the grocery store anymore. Right, refinery is -1. -1 for our sanity. So subtracting 2. And we've got a 6, which is a 4. Draw an item. Oh, good. Might get to go somewhere else. Yes, we do. Excellent. I mean, some of these items are useful items, and some of them are entry items, which allow you to get into places. So they're all good, but I feel like we need to get into new places. So we've got a rowboat, which allows us to get to the Sinister Reef, which is the Sinister Reef. So it says here that what it allows you entry to, and over here it tells you what you need. So it reminds you both ways. Great. So that's that. Let's see where the townsfolk move. 5, no move. Right, good. So we will get in our rowboat and we will row out to the reef and see what we can find. So this is -1 for our sanity and a 0. So this is -1 total. 10 -1 is 9, which is draw an item. Get another item. Lovely. And we found a hidden cache. So a hidden cache allows us to draw 2 items from the deck, choose one, and shuffle the other back in, and then we discard this card. So we might as well do that, I think. So some items you just use them. So we're going to use our hidden cache to draw 2 items. Let's see what we got. We've got a whiskey and a disguise. So the whiskey allows us to get to the harbour, and the disguise allows us to avoid a rise in the danger level. So the danger level gradually creeps up, and that's big negative modifiers, which means you end up being captured. So I think what we'll do is, right now our danger level is okay, so I'm going to shuffle that one back in, and I'm going to keep the whiskey because that's another location. I just feel like we're doing well with locations and clues. So we'll just shuffle that. I'm not going to give it too big a shuffle because we're just doing a playthrough. I would shuffle that properly normally. Brilliant. So we can get to loads of places. This is very exciting. So that was an item. Let's see what happens to the townsfolk. 2 is moved to the right, so they're at the harbour. Oh, that's annoying. That's where we're going to want to go. Never mind. We can always go back to the refinery. The harbour's good though, because it's a +1. Right, okay, so where shall we go? I would like to go to the harbour, but we won't get a clue, but it's less likely something bad will happen. We've got the clues at the grocery store, so I think we're going to have to go back to the refinery, which I don't like climbing around inside there because of the -1. So, but that's a total of -2. So let's hope we roll something okay in the refinery. Oh no, we rolled a 4. A -2 is a 2, which is danger level increases here. Danger level increases. So we're up. So now we've got another -1. Yeah, the townsfolk are more wary of us now. Yeah, right. Okay, let's see what the townsfolk do. That was a 3. 3 is down, so they arrive back at the library. That's okay, I'm not interested in the library right now. Right, okay, so we can go to the harbour. Now they're not there. Let's do that. Take our whiskey to the harbour. And so we've got a +1. We've got a -1 for the sanity and a -1 from the danger level, so that's a total of -1. And we have an 11 -1 is a 10. Oh no, danger level increases. Yikes. There we go. The esoteric order of Dagon have spotted us. They're out searching. They're all flooding out of the Masonic Hall in their hooded robes and their flapping feet. Right, okay, let's see where the townsfolk patrol ends up. 5. No, they still sit at the library reading some books. Right, so now we just need to get back to the refinery. We need some clues. We're on 2. Right. -1 because we're in the refinery. -1 because we're pretty scared. And -2 because we're being chased around town. So that's -4. So if you remember, there's a note here that says the total modifier can be a minimum of -4. So -4, it's never going to get worse than -4, no matter how many negatives and things there are. But this is as bad as it can get. We need to roll high. 7, 8, -4, 4. Draw an item. Phew, that was a relief. Right, and we get a magnifying glass. So after an encounter roll, you can pass the test to add 1 to that roll. So that's quite good. That could change something. There's no limit in the number of items you can have. You can just keep collecting them. So I haven't mentioned tests yet. So tests you need to do to actually use some items. And there's a reminder here on the reference card, which is basically you roll a dice and apply a sanity modifier, and then you pass and roll you fail on a 1 to 2 and pass if you roll 3 or higher. But if you've got a sanity of -1, then basically you need to roll a 4 or higher to pass the test and actually use the item successfully. And the card tells you what happens if you pass or fail. If you fail, you just shuffle it back. So we'll save that to use it if we roll a terrible roll. Okay, let's see what the townsfolk do. A 1, they move up. Okay, they're at the harbour now. That is annoying because that's where we want to go next. Can we go somewhere else? What can we do? We can't go to the grocery store, but you can always go to, Sinister Reef, I forgot. Yay, Sinister Reef. Don't have to go to them. Brilliant. Let's see what's going on there. So we've got +0, -1, -2, that's -3. And we might use this if we need to. I think we'll need to. That's a roll of 2. Which is another danger level increases. So I'm going to try my magnifying glass. So I want to roll a 4 or higher to add 1 to that. No, I failed. So that's a blow. I'll just stick it on the bottom for now. Or maybe I'll shuffle it. There we go. Right, so basically danger level increases. Yikes. Deep ones coming in from the reef. Yeah, there's splishes and splashes in the ocean coming in from the reef. Right, it's all getting very hairy now. Okay, let's see what the townsfolk are doing, wandering around with their pitchforks and such like. Move up to the Masonic Hall, that's okay, we're not going there. Right, so we can go to the harbour and the refinery. Let's go to the harbour because it's a little bit more friendly there. Right, so that's +1, -1, -3. It's -3. I may have made a mistake with the arithmetic in one of these. I'm sure you'll forgive me. Oh, nice high roll. 9, -3, 6. Clue. Sweet. So actually the clue result here is gain 2 clues and flip this card. That's why the harbour's so good. There you go. Basically you bribe the old fella with the whiskey and he tells you the story of the town. Right, excellent. So that's good. Let's see what so we're getting there. We just need 1 more clue. But we're low on sanity and the danger level's high, so our rolls are pretty bad. So let's see where we can still get to the refinery and the reef. So, right. 4, townsfolk move to the grocery store. That's okay, we're not going there. Right, so where do we go? Let's go back to the reef because it's a little bit easier, not much. Doesn't make a difference, I don't think, because we're -1 because of our sanity, -3 for the danger level, so it's -4 regardless. But so let's see if we can get that last clue. -4. Oh, that's not good. 3 minus 4 is -1. There's a clue. Yay. That's like a desperation clue at the bottom there. 3 minus 4 is -1. Just checking that. Yes. There you go. So we now have our clue. Game 1 clue and flip this card. You flip the card just to denote that you've got the clue from the location. And there's a bit more of the story there as well, which you can read as you play. It'll probably take you 2 or 3 plays through to be able to read all the story and all the bits that happen as well, which is quite nice. Right, good. So we've got the clues. The next time we can move to the railway tracks and see if we can get out of town. 6, no move by the townsfolk. So now let's move to the railway tracks. Right, okay. Requires 5 clues to enter, which we've got. And so we roll. So we have a -1, -3 is -4, -1 from our sanity is -5, but the minimum is -4, so it's just -4. And we roll 10, so that's good, -4, 6. So we will get a clue. Basically, there is no clue result. The only result that would do anything would be a horror result, which would lose us an extra sanity. And if we're still sane and not captured, which we are, we flip the card and we win. There you go. So that's how the game works. I'm just trying to think if there's anything that didn't come up. We did a tests and moving around and going to different locations. I'll show you a few more of the cards. So you've got items which let you into places, and then you've got items which give you abilities, like getting things back from the discard pile. There's a magnifying glass which we messed up. You can get back sanity on some of these, re-roll dice, stuff like that. So yeah, so that's the game. Hope that helps explain it, and I hope you enjoy it if you've got it.